Okay, let's talk NFL football. Here's my favorite phrase. What was that? What was that? Let's talk about what happened, first of all, in the New England Patriot Las Vegas Raider game. And then we'll talk about what happened in the Colts Minnesota Vikings game. Bill Belichick, control freak,
Mhm.
unbelievable Hall of Fame career, all those rings. Granted, they're struggling right now post Tom Brady. But his whole thing is teaching players. John, this is the system we're running. This is your responsibility. This is what you do in these certain situations. Where did this return come from? Ramondre Stevenson ran for 172 yards in a game against the Raiders. Final play of the fourth quarter in a tie game 34-34. Run the football. He busts a big run through the seam, gets to the second level, sheds tacklers, is going towards the sidelines. It's the final play of the game. Nobody's got any timeouts left. He can't get out of bounds. So kneel down, fall down, or go out of bounds. Time's expired, and just live for the next series, which will be in overtime. He pitches the ball back while he's getting tackled. Then his teammate takes the ball and he throws it further back to another guy out in the middle of the field. Except that Chandler Jones of the Raiders ran across the field, intercepted the second lateral, and ran the other way for a touchdown. How does that happen in a Bill Belichick coach team where everybody knows what they're supposed to do? Stevenson did this. And I'll tell you what's fatal about what happened. It probably knocks New England out of the playoff race. Instead of getting overtime and a chance to win, they fall to 7-7. And there's a lot of people right now fighting. There's 6 teams fighting for the final playoff spot, wild card in the AFC. And what a bad decision, what a bad loss it turns out for Belichick. And then what Minnesota did, Kevin O'Connell, he's got a football team that's 11-3. Nobody saw this coming, living on the wild edge. I mean, they're winning all these last-minute games and all these close games and come-from-behind games and games in which they were getting beat. Indianapolis led Minnesota 33-0. I mean, the Vikings were horrid, and Indy was scoring all which ways. Touchdown run, touchdown pass, pick six, fumble recovery, touchdown field goals. 33-0. Minnesota outscored Indianapolis 39-3. I sat there and I watched it, and I said, how can this be happening? And Jim Irsay, the Colts owner, boy, you talk about looking like death sitting in the owner's box.
Mm-hmm.
And social media just, you think they'd pile on? Oh, social media told Jim Irsay after the game on Sunday, go down and fire your head coach that you hired, go down and fire your defensive coordinator, and go down and fire yourself because you've turned the Indianapolis Colts into a clown circus. I've seen bad comebacks. I've seen blown leads, but get outscored 39-3. Holy cow. Vikings found a way to get it done, and the Colts self-destructed again. Okay, you tell me about Belichick. You tell me about the Colts and Kevin O'Connell.
It's like the Colts fired Frank Reich, and then they got Frank Reicht, with this giant comeback at the end of the game. But what a disaster it is. And yeah, Irsay is kind of a pompous guy. He's kind of sticking his nose in things, and yeah, he's getting knocked down. So what a mess. As far as the Vikings go, I'm just thrilled that Kevin O'Connell is rookie coach, having a great year, resurrecting a great franchise. So I'm kind of rooting for the Vikings, as we go through this season. But that player on the Patriots, that was surprising. I mean, you talk about football IQ. I mean, there ain't no IQ right there. Was he been watching too much of that Cal Stanford, big play?
That's right. The band is on the field.
Yeah, exactly. So, the dude's got to know what the situation is. And I hope that kid gets cut. I mean, Belichick isn't going to put up with that.
Well, he's their leading rusher. They're not going to cut him, but talk about sheer stupidity. And by the way, Belichick's record, post Brady, 24-24.
Ah.
Oh, what a struggle that has turned out to be.